What's going on, everybody? Sports3 here, bringing you another Transformers review. This is the Revenge of the Fallen / Dark of the Moon knockoff Supreme Mega Huge Ultra Master ridiculously huge Optimus. Yeah, this thing is just enormous. I got this from my buddy Larry, aka Mr. Plastic Robot, hooked me up with this. I was never sure if I was ever going to get this thing because I didn't know a lot about it. There's really not a whole lot of information out on YouTube about this thing that I have found, because I was trying to do enough research, and it's hard to tell knowing that you're getting a knockoff and whatnot. It's not. And sometimes I've seen a price for $60, $80 or whatever, and it's not. You know, plus you're paying $30, $40 to ship something like this from overseas. You want to make sure it's worth it. And after having it, I think it's worth it if you can get it shipped for about 80 bucks. I think it's worth it, just for the sheer novelty of it. They probably can mass produce the heck out of these things, but who knows. It does have some minor issues. It does feel hollow and just clunky, and you can hear it just, it's not as heavy as it looks, just put it that way. I had to work on, when I was transforming it, it took me like, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, to transform it into vehicle mode from robot mode when I got it from Larry. Generally it has almost the exact same transformation as the regular leader class. Let's do a quick size comparison just so you guys see what I'm talking about, how huge this thing is. It's ridiculous. We'll just do that right there. Pan back. I mean, hello, look at that. it's ridiculous. It's like a deluxe, basically, standing next to leader class. The ratio is just, it's like four leader classes to make this thing. I don't know, 3 or 4. But yeah, it does have some minor issues. Molding issues. Some I can fix, some I'm going to work on. The rest, there's nothing we can really do because it is a kre-o. But considering it's, some of the knockoffs I have several, by the way. This is better quality than you would expect. So it's got this issue going on here. I tried to peg it in, but it just doesn't want to peg in. The tires are all plastic and hollow. Let's see if we can. It's hard to handle and keep it in frame. Sorry about that. But if you can see the inside of the tires there, they're all hollow. Of course, customizers can do wonders. I've seen some ridiculous customs out there. I'm sure somebody can take this thing and turn it into a friggin' masterpiece. But it's nice that they painted the rims silver already. It does have some minor scratches and just dings and dungs, but that's okay. Of course, it has your standard ball joints right here on the visors. The smokestacks are rubber here. You can see that it does have some molding issues, like it doesn't want to stay completely tabbed in all the way. I farted with this thing and messed with it so long, and I just said, you know what, this is it's as good as it's going to get with this thing. You can see here's another molding issue. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be like that with all of them, but you take your chances. And the other thing is too, here, if you don't hold it from the side, like from underneath, like I'm holding it, the whole mechanism right here, this whole back piece will come off where the legs lay up under there, because there's nothing pegging it in. So you have to handle it from underneath. If you were to lift it from the top, it'll all just pop apart. But you know what? It's okay. It's not meant to be played with. It really isn't. Now, my buddy Bill said we should try it with the Ultimate Optimus trailer, and I kind of was like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. But so I'm just going to show you guys in case anybody questions that, like, hey, what's up with the trailer? Because it's, the Ultimate Optimus trailer is pretty big. Well, there you go. It needs to be 5 times bigger. So if you look at that, there's the Ultimate Optimus trailer. It doesn't work very well. So yeah, you need, even the Masterpiece trailer for MPO1 would not work with this at all. I mean, literally you need something 5 times bigger. But yeah, there is some electronics in it, and we'll get to that in robot mode. There's nothing major. I guess you could get these customized overseas, and somebody could put some electronics and whatnot in there, but I didn't want to mess with any of that. I just wanted it as is. So like I said, same transformation as regular Revenge of the Fallen Optimus, but it takes a while because it's so big and clunky. It's just hard to handle, and it's a little bit more sensitive and fragile transforming it. You don't want to break it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, spend the next hour, and I'm going to transform this thing into robot mode. I'll be right back. Okay, so here he is in his robot mode. Now, it didn't take me as long as I suspected. Putting him in vehicle mode, that took a while. Actually get him in the robot mode probably took all of maybe 10 minutes. So first thing I'd like to point out is this thing. This is what he came with. This crotch cover panel came with this thing initially, and it pegs on right here. I mean, you don't have to have it on here if you don't want it, but it came zip tied. Kind of put this, and it pegs right on. We can get this on here. There we go. Now, it's up to you whether you want it or not. It kind of makes him look like he has a little bit of a Cybertronian diaper, but you know, what can you do? I don't know. It's hit or miss. If you don't like the openness in there, leave that on, whatever. And it does come with this giant MechTech Ultimate Optimus weapon. Now this thing is literally 3-4 times the size of the regular one that comes with Ultimate Optimus. Doesn't have any electronics. Of course, it does have similar features, but unfortunately, Larry pointed out to me when he got it that when they shipped it, they decided not to put any pins in this. So I'm not sure if I can fix this or not. It's going to be tough. So you can see right there, they got the pins in this side, but nothing here. So, but it does have the automorph. Let's see, we'll take this one off here. So it does have that, and he can hold it just like regular Ultimate Optimus. So that's pretty cool. Wow, it's tough reviewing this thing. It's so big. But here is a size comparison, just so you can have a little giggle. Check that out. Wow. So that's Revenge of the Fallen. Well, that's Battle Hooks. Hunt for the Decepticons Leader class. Same thing. I just didn't feel like transforming the other one. I already had him in robot mode. But sorry, we'll get this camera. There we go. So anyway, let's point out a few things with this guy. He's got a weak arm up here. Like right here, it wants to just pop right out. It doesn't want to stay in place. This one, however, it stays in place perfect. It plugs right in. But then when you push this one, you have to really wedge it in to get it to stay. It does have nice ratchet joints in the shoulder. This fist does spin around, so you can, if you can find another gun. Here's the blades. They're not spring loaded or anything, but these things are like 7 inches long. These blades, but they're very solid, very cool. Yeah, see, look at right there. So that's another minor issue, but I can probably fix that. There's a little gap in there. You can wedge something in there and put a little more pressure on it. So let's get that out of the way. And then these things here, his tanks up here, they don't want to stay in place. They want to just drop. And the blades don't stay in place all that well. You know, a lot of tinkering with it, and you can get it, you know, make it look nice. And here's the side. Here's the back. Like I said, these things don't fold. These wheel well covers, they don't fold very well. But they do move and go up and down. They don't peg in either. There's nothing for them to peg into, like the regular Leader. And then on the back of his head, let's see if we can pan up here. Let's see if you can see that. There's a button right here at my thumb. A little button there where you would push that and it would give you some LED light up effect inside. And here's the little battery compartment in here. Right there. I took that out, and that's actually stripped. It came stripped, so again, another little downer. But you take that out, open that up, and there's a spot in there for 3 watch batteries that would light up the LEDs. And you can see the wiring right in here. There's some wiring where it would light up the eyes. So I don't know if I'm going to mess with that or not. I guess I could later, but you know, other than that, he has elbow joint, does bend. We'll pan down a little bit here. It's like that. Nice ratchet joint. No waist articulation whatsoever. See that arm doesn't want to stay pegged in. So we'll just have to fix that. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it is a knockoff, so expect to get, you know what you pay for. Granted, don't pay a whole lot for this. It has no knee articulation, giant ball joints here at the feet. These do fold in just like the regular mold. There is, let's see if we can move this up a little bit. There is like a hips or thigh swivel in here though, where you can swivel it, which is nice because you kind of need to do that to make them stand a little bit better. And you have to have them stand. You have to have them stand kind of awkward just to have them stand right, because these ball joints where the feet are, if you don't have it just right, he's gonna lean forward and eventually just fall, which kind of stinks. So you kind of have to have the feet cockeyed a little bit and offset that. But overall, I gotta tell you, man, this thing is ridiculously huge. If you're a customizer, man, you should get one of these. You can turn them into all kinds of stuff, man. Nemesis or Ultra Magnus. This goes on and on. But here you go, another comparison. There's a leader class figure in front of it. But there you go, everybody. If I left anything out, which I probably did, and there's any other questions you have about this guy, feel free to post a comment below, and I'll do the best I can to answer it. I know I've gotten a lot of questions on this thing already. Everybody wanted to see it reviewed. So there you go, everybody. And again, thank you, Mr. Plastic Robot. You the man. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate the hookup, man. I owe you big time. Hit me up, brother. And everybody else, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And again, if you got any questions, let me know. Take it easy, everybody.